Hey everybody, I hope you're doing really well. Come up the Port Hills tonight. It was meant to be really cloudy, a lot of low-hanging cloud and middle clouds. So I thought that might end up being quite nice for sunset or some sort of photography. So just come up here to scout around a few areas that I've never been to. Might wander out to Godley Head as well and see what I can see. But yeah, let's just have a wander around and see what we can find. So there's not much going on here at the moment, to be honest. I was photographing some boats that are down in the harbour. I'm not sure if you can see them, but they're just down in here. And the colours of their sails and stuff look pretty cool against the blue water, but to be honest, not much light going on. It's a lot of cloud on the horizon, so that definitely won't be helping. So we'll go around to Godley Head and see if we can find any different compositions around there. I wasn't too worried about coming out tonight and not finding too many compositions. What I'm really trying to do is scout for the upcoming winter, spring and autumn months when it should be a lot better conditions. So it's normally a really good reason to come out in summer, is it affords you those opportunities to come out in a lot better weather and scout out those areas and those compositions. So let's head to Godley Head and we'll see what we can find. So what I'm doing at the moment is I stopped because I noticed that there's some really cool clouds just off on the horizon, just up here, and there's actually a ship that's going out to sea, and it's sitting really nicely below those clouds, and it just gives me a really atmospheric type of feel with the empty ocean and then the clouds sitting above it. It just gives it quite a nice look, and so I'm trying to get a shot of that. I've got my camera on my tripod. I could have done it handheld with the optical image stabilization that comes with my telephoto lens, but when you've got the tripod and it's as easy as it is to set up, you may as well just set it up. Make sure you turn off the optical image stabilization if you have it, because when you do it and you're on a tripod, it'll actually cause shake because it tries to stabilize it even on the tripod, and so that shake will be recorded in the photo. So make sure you turn that off. But yeah, so I'll quickly show you what it looks like on the camera so you can see how I'm framing it up. Okay, so here's the shot. As you can see, I've got the clouds framed at the top of the screen, and then I've got just in the bottom third here the boat in the middle there, and then I've got these other clouds which are way on the horizon as well. It's quite a nice shot. I like the emptiness or the white space of it, I guess. I'm only shooting at f11. I could probably go a bit slower than that since I'm quite tight on my telephoto, and I might just do that anyway. It just means that I'll have to change my shutter speed. I've turned the optical image stabilization off, as I say, but yeah, it's just a really simple shot. I think it'll look really nice. Okay, so I'm out at Godley Head now. As you can see from behind me, the weather's really changing. It's a lot of big dark clouds coming over, and I don't have a rain jacket, but you know, not far to get back to the car. So I thought I should probably explain to you why I'm taking photos of boats. Pretty simple really. Landscape photography for me, I've been doing for the last 2 years and I love it. It's amazing. I love getting out into these amazing landscapes and taking photos of these beautiful locations. The only thing that's kind of been bothering me in the last few months or so is the fact that I tend to just be focusing on the grand landscape. I tend to be focusing on capturing those huge mountains and flowing rivers and all that kind of stuff, but I haven't really ever stopped to look at the finer details around me. And it's those finer details sometimes which are often the better photo, in my opinion. So I'll go to these massive landscapes and I will be really disappointed when I get there because I don't get this massive grand scale photo. But often it's those little details, it's the smaller scenes that can really capture your eye or convey a mood or evoke an emotion in you. So that's what I want to focus on now. I want to try and think about what I'm taking photos of. Why am I taking a photo of it? What sort of mood does it invoke to me? What sort of emotion do I feel from it? So that's why I'm doing a bit more of a concerted effort as to what I'm shooting, basically. I'm starting to ramble now, so I'll stop. But basically, I'm trying to branch out a bit more, just to see what I can do and see what I can find. I think it's going to be really good for training my photography eye, as it were. And actually, a word on that as well. God, sorry, that must have been horrific. What I'm thinking with this, switch and focus, or switch and focus alongside doing what I always do anyway, which is the big landscapes, is that what it will allow me to do is to take a lot more photos when I go out. I'm not going to go out and only take 3 or 4 photos. I'm going to go out and take maybe a couple 100 photos, and no matter what, I'm always going to be getting better at taking photos because I'm going to be taking a lot more of them. It might not be these massive grand scenes, but it'll allow me to get better at photography by taking more photos. Does that make sense? So I'm basically in photography training, as it were, to become a better photographer by doing it a lot more. Okay, so that cloud behind me, or is it up here, is looking really, really nice. A lot of deep, dark colours to it, and then little bits of yellow sitting in the higher cloud where the sun's still catching it. So I've managed to find these nice looking bushes. I have no idea what these things are called. Sorry, I'm moving around a whole lot. I'm not sure what they're called. If you know what they are, then leave me a comment below and tell me what they are. But I'm framing them up in the foreground, the nice beautiful blue ocean, and then I've got the clouds which are forming this sort of U shape, or at least it looks like a U to me, which is kind of acting nicely as a sort of funnel in the top of the image. So we'll quickly go down there and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm going to show you this in parts because it's going to be quite hard to be able to show you because I'm going to have to change the shutter speed. So I've got the thingy bobbies, I don't know the name of the things, in the foreground. Look really nice, some beautiful kind of really vibrant colours on them. And then if I change the shutter speed, you'll see, hey, got those clouds up in the background there with the ocean sitting just above it there. So I'm shooting at 16, f11. You can see my histogram's doing pretty well for itself. If I press here, you'll be able to see that I'm not actually blowing out any of the highlights. I am quite far along in terms of the shadows, but it shouldn't really be too much of an issue. I've got quite a good dynamic range on this camera, so it makes it a lot easier to be able to recover those shadows quite easily. But what I might do is just take 2 exposures and just blend them together, expose for the foreground and then take a shot of the sky and then expose for that as well. So yeah, it's quite a nice scene. I really like the way the reds sort of contrast the yellows and the upper sky. So there you go, there's the reds and there's the yellows there. I really like the way it contrasts, and then the hint of yellow in the background from where the hill rolls down, and then the open ocean and the coast of Christchurch just in the distance there. Really happy I came out to Godley Head. It's turning out to be a really nice night actually, not too windy as well, which is a bonus. Okie dokie, just heading back to the car now. It's getting quite dark and the clouds on the horizon are really dark, so I'm getting no light anymore. I hope you enjoyed the video. A little different, shooting boats and buildings and whatnot. I'd love to know what you guys think of my wider idea and also of the photos, so leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. If you like the video, then leave a like, I'd love that. And if you want to see more, then make sure you subscribe. But otherwise, I'll see you on the next one, guys. Alright mate, how are you? Oh yeah, no, it's fine, all good. Yeah, have a good night. Okay.